weather impact alert is in effect as we head into around Friday afternoon, pushing in towards Monday morning with the threat of heavy snow and ice accumulations. Could lead to some very dangerous travel conditions as we head into the weekend, especially over those bridges and overpasses and on those untreated roads. Alongside those dangerously cold temperatures, we're talking sub-zero wind chills are going to be likely heading into this weekend. So make sure you stay updated as we go throughout much of the weekend. Make sure you have those basic preparations already in place to be able to protect the 4 Ps alongside. Download our News West 9 app. We'll be doing coverage all weekend long. Winter storm warnings all across West Texas. That was put into effect yesterday for the threat of moderate to heavy ice accumulations and snow as we go throughout much of the weekend. On top of that, extreme cold warnings are in effect for those wind chills 4 below to 12 below zero possible this weekend, especially on to near the northern portions of the big country. That's where we could see more of those kind of double-digit wind chills below zero. Otherwise, cold weather advisory for our southern counties for those wind chills as low as 7 degrees. That's going to be in effect heading into around Monday afternoon. Our storm system is currently off Southern California, increasing our moisture, overspreading clouds and a little bit of some fairly light showers along into near areas of I-10. But otherwise, most of us are really above freezing. 41 into Midland, 52 in Abilene. We're watching the freezing line as it goes in throughout much of the day. And here's the timeline of when I expect temperatures should be able to get to freezing and stay below freezing as we continue throughout much of the weekend. Further north around 12 to 2 p.m. pushing in along into near the areas of Midland and Odessa between 4 to 6 p.m. Further south, it's going to be around the time we head into the midnight hour. Otherwise, here's kind of the timeline. We got a lot of colors and cities on here. Find your city. Otherwise, into near areas of Midland and Odessa, I think we'll start with a little bit of rain, start to see some freezing rain as we head around into near 3 to 6 p.m. and stick with that overnight. A little earlier into southeast New Mexico and the northern basin, similar song and tune for the key city, but I think for San Angelo, we'll be able to see a little bit more of that freezing rain as we head a little bit more into the midnight hour heading into tonight. Otherwise, let's track it together. At 8 a.m. on Friday, we're going to be mostly clear, start to see some precipitation across the region as we head into around 12 p.m. on Friday. A little bit of a mix, I think, of everything we could possibly see into southeast New Mexico, but I think the majority of it will be a little bit of that freezing rain as we head into the earlier portions of the afternoon. We'll begin to see along north of the I-20 corridor when really that freezing rain will begin to start pushing more further south. Otherwise, mostly a cold rain along into near areas of I-10 into our southern counties, even with a little bit of snow flurries already up into near areas of northern Lee County. I think the bulk of it will stay further north, at least through the majority of our Friday, but we'll be able to see that slowly move down as we head into around Saturday evening. Otherwise, we'll continue with some freezing rain. We can see it's going to be widely scattered, so it's going to be on and off as we go throughout much of the weekend. I do anticipate we could have a quick break as we head into the morning hours for our Saturday with a little bit more of kind of isolated to widely scattered showers, alongside even starting to see a bit more of kind of waves of energy as we head into the earlier portions of the afternoon and evening. With this is when we're going to start seeing more of that transition of snow, and we're going to have those kind of persistent snow showers, especially further north, a bit more freezing rain the further south along into near areas of I-10. 12 a.m. on Sunday, taking you to 10 a.m. on Sunday, and that's when things will begin to slowly clear out in that Arctic air. It's just going to be bitterly cold as we head into Sunday afternoon. So when it comes to the ice threat, I think a lot of us are going to fall into the light category, but I have shifted that moderate category a little bit more further west. That means I do anticipate power outages, especially if you do fall into the moderate category, could trend a bit more likely. I do have this extended up into near areas of the Permian Basin further south along into near I-10, a big swath possible into near areas of the big country, Concha Valley. Otherwise, a light glaze, especially further north where that is a little bit more in the way of that anticipated snowfall. But otherwise, around upwards of a ½ an inch of ice could be possible. That could easily down trees and power lines as well. So just be prepared. It is definitely a possibility as we head into the weekend. Otherwise, when it comes to snowfall, haven't really moved the snow map too much. I still think along into our northern portions have the best opportunity to maybe pick up of upwards of 2.5 inches, isolated spots up to 3 inches. But the further south that you go, that's when those snow totals fall off. And I really think the northern portions of New Mexico could possibly be able to pick up around upwards of 3 to 6 inches. But otherwise, dangerously cold temperatures. We're talking below freezing temperatures for 48 to 72 hours possible. That is not in the long duration of what we had in 2021. I do anticipate we should be above freezing by the time we head into Monday and Tuesday. Otherwise, today we'll top out heading into the afternoon hour. We'll drop temperatures as we go on throughout the day. Heading into the weekend, below freezing temperatures are going to remain in the forecast. Slippery conditions, dangerous travel conditions. Warming up slightly above freezing as we head into Monday, more as we head into Tuesday with a bit more increasing clouds by the middle of next week.